Hey guys, it's Libby, and today I'm going to be talking about how you can handle negative thoughts when they come to your mind. So, yeah, sure, if a negative thought comes to your mind, you can just deal with it, move on, whatever. But then you are missing out on the opportunity to decrease those negative thoughts or learn how to handle them in a better way. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, stay tuned. So analyzing a negative thought or feeling is part of acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT. When you have a negative thought or feeling, there are different behavioral reactions that can follow it. So in this little exercise, we're going to be connecting the dots, and that's an acronym, DOTS. Each letter stands for a different type of reaction that you might have, and you might have one of these types of reactions all the time. You might have different ones at different times, or maybe you have multiple at the same time in the reaction to the same negative thought. So let's break it down. So the first thing you need to do is identify the negative thought. So if you want to look back on something you've thought before, or if you just want to save this exercise for in the moment, either way is fine, but maybe for purposes of practicing, just pick one that you've had before. So I'm gonna pick the thought, I am fat. But now let's bring in the acronym. So like I said, each letter stands for a different type of behavioral reaction that you might have in response to a negative thought. So take your example thought, mine being I am fat, and did you have any D, distractions that you used? Meaning, when you had a negative thought come to mind, did you use a distraction to avoid it? A distraction could be watching TikTok, or online shopping, or cleaning your apartment. Am I saying things that I personally do? Yes, indeed. But there might be other distractions that you use for yourself. The O in the acronym DOTS stands for opt out. Meaning, when you had the negative thought, did you opt out of your life, or the situation, or the conversation, or whatever? This might mean that you didn't go spend time with your friends. It might mean that you decided to go take a nap or go to bed super early. With my example thought of I am fat, maybe I avoided a summer activity like swimming because I was self-conscious about my body and didn't want to wear a swimming suit. So I opted out of that situation. The T in the acronym stands for think. So when you had this negative thought that just came to your mind, what did you think in response to that? Again, with my example of I am fat, maybe my thought reaction was blaming my parents for my diet growing up, or blaming myself and my lack of exercise for my body's weight, shape, size. Maybe my thinking was planning a new diet to go on to try to lose weight and make me like my body more. And finally, the S. The S stands for what substances, self-harm, or strategies did you use? So maybe the substance was food, and with this thought I went and I binged on food. Maybe the self-harm was cutting, and I went and I cut myself. Maybe a strategy I used to help me feel better about myself was getting promiscuous. So that is what DOTS stands for, and some examples of what it could look like. Now, your work is not done yet. You have gone and you have identified what DOT or S, or a combination of those, that you used when you had this negative thought. But, like I said, we're not done. Now think, some of these strategies might get rid of that painful, uncomfortable thought or feeling that you had, but did it really solve it in the long run, or was it a sort of it'll last for 5 minutes or 5 hours type thing? Another thing to think about is, what did these strategies cost you? It could be time, energy, money, friendships, even missed opportunities, or your health. Thinking about those two questions and really thinking, not trying to rationalize yourself, but trying to think objectively and really see all sides of this little DOTS activity, really seeing how your behavioral reaction to a negative thought is really affecting you, either in the short term and or the long term. Analyzing these patterns that you see in yourself can help you understand the consequences of their actions, and maybe it'll unveil the problematic nature of the way you handle negative thoughts. This might motivate you to make a change. Of course, it's not as simple as just snapping your fingers and then all of a sudden you can handle negative thoughts and feelings super well. Of course not. But taking this first step towards analyzing your patterns and your thoughts and behaviors and reactions and all that good stuff, taking that first step is important. Maybe this is the second time you've taken that first step, or the 5th, or the 20th. You know, it doesn't matter. Just take this step and roll with it. Now, if you want me to make a video talking about how I personally have worked on reframing my own negative thoughts and things to kind of take the next step in this process, let me know down in the comments and I can totally share that with you guys. But yeah, I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that you guys feel a little more prepared on how you can potentially analyze your reactions to negative thoughts. Yeah, so I hope that this was enjoyable. Yeah, I think I already said something like that already. Whatever. Okay, have a great day or night or morning or whatever it is for you. Okay, bye guys.